we've been finding out about space weather. Anyone know how we measure it? And how we know what's going on up there?
By looking out of the window? That's how I tell what the weather's like back home. This morning, there was a particularly heavy firestorm.
Is that why you were wearing oven gloves?
They're thermal digital shields, not oven gloves.
Settle down. You're right, Quark. Observing is how we measure space weather, but it does present a few special challenges. If you remember, a lot of space weather which affects Earth is generated by activity on the surface of the sun. Sunglasses on, everyone.
It's crazy how, up close, you can see all the solar flares, but back at home on Earth it's just, well, a little yellow ball. We would have to use a telescope to see these flares from Earth.
Bingo, Sam. Telescopes are the main way we observe solar activity, such as sunspots and flares.
Hello? You aren't meant to look directly at the sun, and certainly not through a telescope. It could blind you.
Correct. Scientists use special filters to ensure they don't damage their equipment or, more importantly, their eyesight. Uh-oh, looks like we're observing a solar flare in progress. Buckle up, everyone. Now, as we've been finding out, solar winds like these are a big part of the space weather in the universe. But even though we can feel the effect...
You're not joking. I feel sick.
Not quite what I meant, Quark. Even though we can feel and sometimes see the effects they have, they themselves are invisible to the naked eye.
Well, that's when you need a radio telescope, or an infrared telescope, or even an X-ray telescope.
Cool. Are they like X-ray specs? Can they see through walls?
Behave, Sam. Stats is right. Those sorts of telescopes can pick up waves our eyes can't see and help give us even more information about the universe. And infrared telescopes are particularly handy because they also give us information about the temperatures. And don't forget, telescopes don't need to be on a planet's surface. Quite often they are on satellites where the images they create are affected by a planet's atmosphere. Look, we're passing one now. Now, it's all very well being able to see what the space weather is doing right now. But how do we know what's coming up?
Well, we have weather forecasts every day on Earth. For the normal weather, I mean.
Wow! You can see the future? Earth must be full of psychics.
I don't think so. I think meteorologists look at patterns and evidence to figure out what's likely to happen, but they don't always get it right.
And it's exactly the same for space weather. Solar winds and flares from the sun tend to happen in 11-year cycles, and so by observing where we are in a cycle, we can get an idea if there's likely to be more or less activity in the coming weeks. I was just going to say that I predict that it's the end of the lesson. I must be psychic too. Class dismissed.
Deep Space High, Intergalactic Weather Watch, with support from the Science and Technology Facilities Council. Find out more at funkidslive.com/space.